Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the O'Fallon Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting for September 9th, 2025. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Elder,
Present.
Ms. Hawbaker,
Present.
Mr. Hester,
Present.
Mr. Kester,
Present.
Ms. Williams,
Present.
Ms. Wilson,
Present.
Councilmember Roth.
Present.
Fantastic. All right, we have a quorum. Kathy, would you lead us in the pledge, please? Okay, next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Did anybody have any questions or comments? You should have all received a copy of it in advance of tonight.
I approve.
Okay.
Wilson.
Wilson approved. I have a second.
Williams.
Williams. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. For the record, the agenda for tonight has been approved. Next up is approval of the meeting minutes. Now, we're going to approve the July meeting minutes because unfortunately we didn't have a quorum in August. Everybody should have had a chance to see the meeting minutes from July at this point. Are there any questions or comments regarding the meeting minutes? If there are no questions or comments from the July 8, 2025 meeting minutes, do I have a motion to approve?
Wilson.
Wilson, I have a second.
Williams.
Williams, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Perfect. All right. For the record, meeting minutes are approved for July 8, 2025. Next up is citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments tonight? No citizen comments. Okay. All right. Right. So we're going to move right into the division reports, and we'll start as always with the Parks report.
Thank you, Scott. I don't have a lot to report tonight, but my full report is in the packet and the handout that you have. So, but there is a couple things I wanted to touch on. Our construction team and the Parks Department has been really busy last month. If you've been through Westall Park, a lot of the changes are in that park itself. The new roofs were installed at Brendan's Playground and at the skate park. They also installed a new sidewalk from Brendan's Playground down to the tennis courts. If you remember, there's really no way to get pedestrians or people walking from the upper of the ball fields to the lower. So we did install a new sidewalk out there, or the construction team did. The construction team is also in the process of replacing the playground at Dames Park. So that playground in the rear is completely closed right now. So they'll have that one done here probably within the next month or so. They've also completed a lot of work orders on playground. We're having a lot of issues with some of our playgrounds. A lot of the bushings and stuff are going out, which means the kids are using them, right? So, with that, it comes, good with the bad. So, but a little bit of work, but all of the playgrounds are up to par now. And one of the exciting things that I have is that I know Jeremy and I met with ATG. ATG is the contractor that was awarded the turf project up at Ozzie. So we met with them today. They are probably about 95% done with the design part of it, So just some minor tweaks that we're going to review. I feel like they're ahead of schedule. We'll have that probably ready to go to city to get permitted, and they'll be ready to go 1st of October. Shovels in the ground, so pretty exciting. The completion date is still scheduled for mid-April of next year. If we have a mild winter and everything goes well, and I'm knocking on wood because we could have those fields up and playable. At least I know they're going to plan on working on the 4-plex side first and then work towards the 3-plex. So as they get fields open, we'll be able to utilize those fields. So staff continues to work on our 2026 budget. I know Craig has handed his out. I will hand mine out as soon as I get my portion of it completed. I have not had my meeting yet, but I will email that out to everyone probably by the end of the week. The splash pad at Brendan's, more than likely, it's still open, but we more than likely will close that around October 1st. And we'll monitor the weather basically to see when we actually will. Because that one, it's pretty easy to shut down Brendan's Playground, the splash pad. So we kind of monitor the weather and kind of leave it open as long as we can. And then lastly, I just wanted to welcome Dawn to the Parks Board. So welcome aboard. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? I have a quick one. The turf, is that contractor, is that a design build solution, or is there an actual design architect on that and then a separate builder, or how's that work?
It was not a design build. ATG just happened to be a one-stop shop.
Okay.
They are a contractor that they do it all.
Okay.
They manufacture their own turf, they do the design work, they do the installation. The only thing that they possibly will contract out would be the concrete work when they start installing the concrete curbing. So yeah, ATG is the one that installed the turf at the stadium, if you remember, about 10, 11 years ago.
Okay.
So
That was before my time.
yeah, we're pretty excited.
And where are they located?
I think they have several offices. I'm not sure exactly where their home base is.
I mean, are local to the region?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They do a lot of fields around here. A
Okay.
lot.
I just wasn't familiar with them, so. That's exciting. Long time coming for that, for sure. Okay, thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. We'll move on to the recreation report. Craig?
Thanks, Scott. We're starting a new mini camp at the Renaud Center. It'll run one Saturday a month. The first opportunity comes up on September 27th. We have a new season for civic dance that began yesterday. We're still taking registrations for that. Staff put together a survey to get feedback on the birthday parties. Birthday parties have been going great this past year. It gets sent out the Monday after the parties are, and so far we've had 7 responses, and they've all been positive. So hopefully we're able to pick out any problems and fix those, or we'll take the positive ones too. The concession for next year, kind of some feedback from staff is we're putting together some manuals for the outdoor stands so that staff has a pretty good handle on exactly how to open. We had a lot of new part-time staff for the concession stands this past year, so I think it'll make it a lot better for them to be able to, any new staff to be able to come in and get up to speed pretty quickly. Community engagement is working with communications to streamline the process for developing and distributing the quarterly city magazine and recreation guide. We're working to establish an annual snapshot of our programs and events to help with marketing efforts during the busy season and see where gaps and overlaps might exist. Sponsorship efforts are still going strong. Currently, we have 66,000 already, exceeding the 2025 total, a budgeted total by 26%. We're still currently working on some tree lighting and celebration of lights sponsorships, and then we'll be moving into some 2026 community partnerships. The athletic team has been busy with 26 teams enrolled for fall volleyball. New session of soccer starting up. T-ball coach pitch is starting up. Big Shots basketball is all starting this weekend of September 13th. We had a bicycle camp the first week of August. We partnered with Pedal Kids USA. We hosted a bicycle camp, and that was part of our Get Out and Play Day that month. There are 15 kids registered, and at the end of the camp, they're all confident and capable riders without training wheels. It was actually pretty awesome to see these kids go from nothing to be able to ride a bike. O'Day Amphitheater hosted Summer Send-Off and also Shakespeare in the Park last month. O'Day Lodge is closed this week for their shutdown week, September 15th through 19th. It gives them a chance to kind of clean and paint and that sort of thing. They also provided, reservations also provided 18 tours to prospective renters at O'Day and Krekel during the month of August. And adult programs took 19 seniors on a trip to the Muni to see Jersey Boys. I think it worked out really well. I think everybody was really happy with that. And then just to let you know, we had shutdown week down at the Renaud Center this past week. Staff did an excellent job. Maintenance did an excellent job. We got a lot of cleaning done, a lot of painting done, and the place looked good when we were opened up again this past Monday. That's all I have.
Thank you, Craig. Any comments or questions?
Question on sponsorships. Do you work with the chamber to encourage or develop sponsorships for?
Yes, we absolutely do. So one of the things we've tried to do in the past 4 or 5 years, and it's actually since we've created the community engagement manager position, is just not only try to engage with the public, which is something I think we do pretty well already, but we weren't really very well engaged with the business community. So we've been, I say we, I go, but Kristen, who I think you guys have met, does an excellent job working with the businesses that work with the chamber and the chamber themselves. We've created quite a few partnerships. We've gotten a lot of sponsorships through that, just, some little things, some bigger things. So it's all, I want to say pay off, but it's really more of we actually have become engaged in the community, and I think that's starting to show with some of the partnerships that we've been able to get.
That's important. Another avenue of recognizing companies would be working with your department that issues permits on companies newly entering the city and reaching out to them. I don't know if she utilizes that channel.
Yeah, you're right on it, Jim. We have a economic development department, and the director, Patrick, is very good at his job. He has a lot of great partnerships, great relationships with a lot of these companies, big, small, intermediate, and Kristen does a lot of work with him, understanding who's coming in. When we started doing the Whiskers and Wags, there's a company that came in and wanted to get involved in the community, and Patrick was in a good relationship with them, passed it on to Kristen. They wound up sponsoring a couple of our larger events. So yeah, it's a lot of teamwork with the city, and the city does a great job of kind of handing back and forth, how we can meet the needs of the community, both business and residential.
Great. Thank you.
One quick comment. I was in, you said this last week Renaud was shut down for cleanup or for routine cleaning?
Yep.
I was in probably the Saturday before that then. I was dropping off lunch to my son, who's lifeguarding that day, and wanted something to eat. And I just to comment, it was very clean. I walked through the locker room, and I thought to myself, wow, it's really spick and span clean. The floor was clean. I mean, I expected that, but it's worth commenting on, especially when I walked in the locker room and it was completely clean. So I just thought I would share that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think we work very hard at trying to, I think that's important for a facility like that, for people to feel like it's a clean place. And so we've worked very hard, and maintenance does an excellent job with that, helping us do that. So,
Yeah, it shows.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, Craig. And do we have a tourism and festivals report for tonight?
Yes, we do. Fall events, Fall into the Arts, Sunday, September 21st. It's at O'Day Park from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. We have 26 registered artists that'll be showing their wares there. Food and beverage, of course, and we've got some demonstrations. We've got, always love doing this, music by Hudson and the Hoodoo Cats and the Boogaloo Crew. So you can't miss that, for goodness sakes. Food Truck Fright and Film is at Dames Park on October 10th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. It's usually by the larger pavilion. Custom characters for photo opportunities are there. Food trucks, of course. And the movie Coco will be shown on the main football field at 6:45 p.m. Cultural Arts Report, Shakespeare in the Park. It was on August 27th at O'Day Park. 300 people in attendance. It was a cool and breezy evening, low 70s, but I think everybody really enjoyed themselves. We really wish we could put more out there, but it was great working with the Shakespeare group. OTW, Curious Savage opened last Friday, ran last weekend. It'll also run next weekend. The holiday production is The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, the musical. Auditions will be held on Saturday, September 13th, with callbacks on Sunday, September 14th. I'm pretty sure we're going to do a dine-in discover with that. I went to Curious Savage this past Saturday, and I thought it was going to be kind of a turn of the century, Little Women kind of thing. It wasn't. It was hilarious. The actors did an excellent job. It was funny, which is always a hard thing for community theater, but they did an excellent job. So if you're looking for something to do next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Galleries, all galleries are in the process of being switched over. I think the Renaud Center still needs to, but we have new art out here. City Hall is Hannah Smith, Krekel is Rachel Lebo, and Renaud is Sam Campbellman. We have a new cultural arts specialist. She started on Monday, so we're excited about that. It was funny, on her second day, we already put her to work putting the art up in at City Hall here, so we're not even going to let her get her feet. We're putting her right to work. And then, so we're looking to purchase some benches. She kind of put me in a thing here. So the Noble Winds benches and art purchases, we're earmarking some money, about $10,000 to purchase this project. We have some money left over from our sculptures and gallery pieces, and we are purchasing their part of wind turbines, like the large wind turbines, and it's the main centerpiece, and they cut it in sections and then make a bench out of it, and it's just raw aluminum, and it gives us the opportunity to have an artist kind of portray something on these. In the past 4 or 5 years at Heritage and Freedom Fest, we've had an art piece or something artistic. We had chalk art, and we had somebody make sand castles, and we have the piece that's out here in the lobby that was painted. So this year we think we're going to have one of these. It's like an arch with a bench, and we're going to have an artist. We're going to do a call for artists to find out if we can find somebody who will paint that, and then have that placed somewhere in one of the parks or something. I don't know if Bill knows that yet, but I guess he does now. So we're going to do that, and then we've got Shape of Community. The current round of sculptures we'll start removing them, I think March, and then we're going to use April to after we select the pieces, April to put the pieces back in, the new sculptures. I think that's all I have.
It's a lot of information. Yeah, please do.
So, Craig, on the Fallen to the Arts, you said 26 vendors. Is that up or down from last year?
We tried something different this year, so we were up to about 35, which is definitely up from last year. And then we ran into the past couple weeks, they've been dropping like flies, so we're not sure what we did or what we need to do differently. But 26 is probably on the high end of what we've done. So we're happy with 26. We were really excited with 35, but we're happy with 26.
So you have no idea why they were dropping out? They didn't give you any explanation?
No, we're starting to wonder if maybe some of these people are signing up for like 2 or 3 different, because, we don't pay them, we don't ask them to pay. It's just a, handshake. You're going to show up, great, we'd love to have you. And I think they probably sign up for like 3 or 4 of them, and if they get into some of these bigger ones, they, like, oh, the heck with them. So that's a little bit of speculation, but we may try like a deposit next year, or we're looking at some ways that maybe people commit a little bit more than I feel like we've done this year.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Oh, sorry. I did have one other question. On the benches, how many benches are we?
Good question.
Just the one. Yeah, they're not cheap. I think they're about $10,000. So they're not cheap. So just the one.
Because you said benches.
Oh. Yeah, my apologies.
I was getting very excited
That is an
about
expensive
that.
furniture. It's gold plated.
It's because it's the artwork.
I think we can only afford one.
Okay.
It's a piece of
I
art.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Maybe they'll have a 2-for-1 sale or something.
I've actually seen pictures of these, and they really are very interesting. And because they're all individual, and each artist does something
It's
different and
unique,
new.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
interesting.
So it's handmade art.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get it now. Okay.
It's a piece, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you giving that report as well, Craig. If there are no further questions or comments on the divisional reports, let's move on to the next item, which is old business. And I don't think we have anything on the agenda for old business. And then we do have one item for new business. And looks like we have an aquatics presentation with Ann and Tyler. You are up. And welcome. It's good to see you both.
All right, how are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. All right, so I'm Tyler Hogue. I'm the aquatic specialist over operations at Renaud and Alligators Creek. Pretty much I'm in charge of everyday operations, lifeguards, pool supervisors, chemicals, and budgeting. Some of the pictures, one year I dressed up as Santa for one of our special events that we ran. And then in the top right corner is me and my daughter Jocelyn. She's 11 months as of yesterday.
Congratulations.
And I'm Ann. I'm Tyler's boss. I also oversee our fitness center.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So I oversee 3 full-time staff who oversees the Renaud Center and Alligators Creek Aquatic Center. I oversee a fitness specialist as well who oversees our kids' corner. And we currently have an open position where that position oversees swim lessons, aquatics events, and other special programming.
All right, our team, we maintain between 130 to 140 lifeguards in the summertime. In the fall, we maintain around 70 to 90 lifeguards. At Alligators Creek, we consist of 18 lifeguards, 1 head guard, and 1 pool supervisor at all times. And then the Renaud Center consists of 7 lifeguards and 1 head guard. Just some of the chemicals that we have at Alligators Creek and the Renaud Center. At Alligators Creek, we have liquid chlorine, of course, that increases chlorine, muriatic acid, which decreases your pH, calcium chloride, which increases calcium hardness, sodium bicarbonate, which increases your alkalinity in the pool, and stabilizer, which stabilizer is pretty much, it prevents the sun from killing off your chlorine. At the Renaud Center, we use Pulsar tablets. Those tablets go into a chlorinator, which feeds into the pool. And then we have a weekly CO2 delivery. They deliver us a tank of CO2. That also decreases the pH. We use soda ash to increase pH. We also have acid barrels and gallon jugs of acid, which is really only used in the case of an emergency if we're out of CO2. That also decreases pH, and we also have a UV light. Keeping up with staff, we have a lot of staff all year round. Each staff, so we're Ellis and Associate, what's the word for it?
Lifeguard certification?
Yeah, certified. It's required monthly to that the lifeguards attend 4 hours of in-service training. And we consistently do that. Repetition is the key thing with Ellis. They say that say if somebody is not doing 4 hours and the repetition isn't there, you're 50% more likely to forget something happens. Certifications, like I said, we're Ellis certified. Opening and closing duties, each time somebody comes into a shift, we have opening duties, pretty much cleaning up the pool deck, making sure every safety equipment is up and operational. The head guards would go in and check AEDs, check the trauma bag, make sure oxygen tank is perfect and ready to go for that shift. Closing duties consist of just cleaning up the pool deck, making sure everybody's out of the water and locking up for the night. And we do this pretty much all through hydro apps. Pretty much it's an app we use. It pretty much emails me every time we check chemicals. It keeps track of our in-service logs. We have kids sign off on in-service logs so we can track them. And then it has opening, closing duties and stuff like that.
So we host a wide variety of different programs and events at both the Renaud Center and Alligators Creek. At the Renaud Center, we do group lessons, private swim lessons. We host a wide variety of aquatic exercise classes. We have a lazy river that we use, and we program that, so we try to use as much of the pool as we can. In our play structure area at the Renaud Center, we host Aqua Cuties every Friday, so it's a time for kiddos can come in with their parents when it's quiet, low time, and just they can have a little area for themselves, just play in a play structure area. Some of the special events that we host at the Renaud Center is our Pumpkin Plunge. That one is actually coming up on October 17th, and then in the spring we do an underwater egg hunt. At Alligators Creek, we just finished up with our Pools Pause event. We had just under 300 participants. We also hosted a Mermaids and Mates event, as well as a cardboard box race. This summer, we had a record number of participants participating in our summer swim team, which they swim with different municipalities and private clubs throughout the summer. We have special promotions, such as the Pop Drop. So what that is during a special time during the hours, we drop sodas in the pool and kiddos can go swimming and collect them. Before kids go back to school, we have a Glow Swim, which is an after-hour swimming time. And we also host Aqua Cuties at the Alligators Creek Aquatic Center just during the summer months.
Projects being done in 2025 and recommendations for 2026. In 2025, we repaired some of the concrete over at Lazy River by Lower Concession area. There was the concrete was settling in that area. We got what?
Did you get it fixed?
We did get it fixed. Return lines in Leisure. We had 2 breaks in the Leisure line before the season ended last season, and those got repaired for this season. Painting of slides and lily pads are for 2025. 2026 recommendations, of course, approving council. We have diving blocks, a new ADA lift for the leisure pool, a diving board, and sandblast and paint the leisure pool.
What are diving blocks?
So the diving blocks are where our swim team, right before they,
For the starting
it's for the starting blocks when they dive in the pool. Pool revenue, ACAC membership, total we earned $68,499.50. Our goal for the season was $70. We fell a little short of that. Daily admission, we earn $240,528. Our goal was set to $227,000, and we did achieve that goal. Group rates, we earned $13,239. We didn't have a goal leading into the season on group rates. This was a better year for group rates, though. Rentals, so we earned a total of $7,260, and we fell a little bit short of our goal, which was $7,530. And that is all. Do you guys have any questions?
So when you said the rentals, you're talking about renting out like for a period of time for a private party? Is that what you're talking about for the rentals?
Yes. So rentals, so they have an option of renting out 1 to 3 pools at Alligator Creek throughout the year.
Oh, I see. Okay. Also, going back to the beginning of your presentation, you were talking about all the chemicals that you added to the pools and the differences of the chemicals. Who actually does those applications? Who's in charge of actually applying all the chemicals?
So I do. Yeah. So I check. So we have a water tester. We'll check in water, and based off what we need, parts per million, we would adjust what chemicals need to be added in the pool after operational hours.
And how often do you do that?
At least twice a month, if not once a month.
And does that vary depending on how many classes or programs you have going?
Yeah, it would vary on the bather load of the pool for that sitting or month.
Also, Ann, Aqua Cuties, what age group is that?
It's 0 to 5.
0 to 5. So you got little babies.
You can bring little babies in, yes. Yes.
Okey-dokey.
So if you have any and you know any, tell them to come over to the Renaud Center.
I'd like to watch just because they're so cute, but yeah.
We'll have it on Friday at 9:30 if you want to come out and watch a little baby swim. They're really cute.
I'll bet they are. I'll bet they're adorable. So I don't know much about kids and that young in pools, but I'm assuming they all have their moms with them and they wear diapers.
Yes, they all have to wear their swim diapers, and they'll have to have a parent with them. With the Aqua Cuties, they'll do like a little song and game, and then they'll be able to play in the play area. It's all a zero-depth beach entry, so the water is pretty shallow with them, and we do require adult supervision with them, and it's led by one of our lifeguards.
Thank you. I also wanted to just mention that on the dog swim this weekend, the lifeguards are really exceptional. They really do a good job. And the last couple of years, because I've worked that event many years in a row, and the last 3 years, the lifeguards have just been great. They've been really out there doing a really good job, really attentive to what's going on, and they've been very helpful. And I just wanted to compliment your staff on that. They did a really good job. This year, last year, and the year before especially, I've been noticing.
Great. They're a good crew for sure.
I had a question about the in-service training. Is that at home every month, as far as every month? Is that at home on the web, or is it in person, hands-on?
So it's in person at a pool. So if we're in summer, it's recommended that you get 2 hours of in-service at Alligators Creek, which is our deeper end pool, and then 2 hours at the Renaud Center, which the max depth is 4 feet 6 inches. So when we hit summer, we want a nice little blend of both facilities. So it's recommended that you get 2 or 2 at each. It's kind of lenient because, they're high schoolers, and they're really busy in the summertime. So, some flexibility does go a long ways, but it is recommended.
Go ahead.
The chemicals you talked about, there are 2 different chemical processes at the indoor and the outdoor pool. Why is it? It's because of the age of the pools or the location, or? I'm not familiar with that.
Are you talking about the two different chemical? So we carry a lot more chemicals in the outdoor pool because it's outdoor, and the sun does play a major role in the outdoor elements. So you really stock up on the bigger, harsher chems rather than at an indoor pool as Renaud Center.
Okay, so it's based on the environment that it is an outdoor pool. And also, you have an app that lets you monitor those chemicals. Are you alerted if the water changes significantly, or how does that work?
So we have staff. So I like I said, when we have operational hours, we have a head guard during those shifts, and they will check chems. So when they input something in hydro apps, I get emailed pretty much every chem reading. So that's how I have it set up.
So that's actually when they're actually adding it, it automatically emails you, or do they have to email you in person?
So the app itself will email me. Yeah.
Thank you.
You knew I'd have questions, so. And on the hydro apps, that you text message alerting will be something to look for next year, which will be a little more convenient, plus mobile application.
Oh, that
Make your life a lot
that is a lot.
easier.
That would be a lot
Make your life a
easier.
lot easier on the mobile app side. And we can talk offline on that.
Okay.
I was curious, to answer the chemical question too, part of that's probably because the original design, there's different ages of those pools. And so the original design, I assume, probably on the outdoor pool, Alligators Creek, was liquid chlorine, whereas the indoor was the solid puck, would be probably the biggest reason. And the other reasons that Tyler provided make sense as well. So.
Newer technology.
Yeah, well, it's newer, but yet it's just different choices for different facilities. Outdoor, there's a lot more chemicals that you have to apply. Liquid chlorine is a pretty easy application. You can store it in massive bulk quantities. So, I mean, I can't tell you exactly the reasons why, but historically, that's typically why. Well,
Well, when you talk about two different things, that your facilities, and you have people working at both facility, I just want to make sure everybody, I mean, obviously you know what's going on, but yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious, UV, was the UV original on the indoor pool? Yeah, it wasn't, so you added that, so that's good. Is it just for the main recirculation system, or is it on?
It is just for the main recirculation.
Okay, and that's what I assumed. The lily pads, you mentioned you had to replace those this year, or you did replace those?
We haven't yet. We're still waiting on one quote to replace them, so we'll have new ones for next year.
Brand new ones, or?
Yes.
Okay, so those lasted only 6 years, 5-6 years? That's a little disappointing that they only lasted that long. And they're not cheap, right? So.
No, they're not.
Yeah, well, it's all, yeah, exactly. And then, I won't go on and on, but I am curious, the financial information, do you have the overall pro forma of the facility? Like, what was the expense side? I mean, did Alligators Creek come out in the black on terms of the overall operations? Do you know that? I'm just curious.
Off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, I don't have the number. I can get them for you, Scott, if
Yeah,
you like.
I'd be curious. I'd like to know.
Yeah, the rain really killed us this year. Just the early rain, and we had like 2 weeks straight of rain and everything. That really put a huge dent in it. And you know how it is, Scott. Once you open the pool, you're looking for good weather because everybody wants to get in the water.
Right.
And as you lose that, you lose the excitement of the patrons. So yeah, it really impacted us.
Yeah, and it was tough.
So what are the lily pads made out of? Made out of vinyl?
It's usually a foam interior, and then the exterior is a kind of a polyurethane type.
Okay.
Acrylic.
I mean, UV light's going to kill that.
They're supposed to be UV resistant, at least to some degree. Are they splitting and cracking or fading, or what's the?
They are splitting and cracking.
Yeah, wear and tear, a lot of it. I mean, you got a lot of kids climbing those things all day long. So, I mean, it's not 5, 6 years probably. I don't know how long it's been now.
I want to say 2018 was our first year.
Yeah, so 7 years.
17.
That's not horrible. Usually,
No.
6, 7, upwards of maybe 10 years. So it's in the range. I picked up on that. So, and then last question on the attendance. Did you have any days where you had to turn people away Any Saturdays or Sundays where you were at capacity and you're like, hey, can't come in?
We never truly hit capacity. We got super busy, but I would say that some days we were super close, especially with the group rates being involved with it. But no, we haven't turned anybody away yet.
Okay. I was just curious if you had any days. So that's always a good problem to have, though, right? When you're turning people away. So
I'm assuming that when we had those horrible heat, when they had those days that were so, the high heat index was, I'm assuming that a lot more people go to the pools at that time. Is that correct?
Correct. It depends on the day of the week, though. I feel like that does play a factor in that, but majority with the high heat and stuff like that, we do see a bigger attendance.
Do you have any idea why because we were higher up on the daily attendance, but we were lower on the, what was it, yeah. So do you have any idea why that occurred?
I would say a lot of that would have to do with our cooler weather that we had at the beginning of this summer. That kind of like deter a lot of people from wanting to get those memberships. So that's why we're kind of thinking that's why there's more daily attendance. So we're hoping for hotter and warmer next summer to help offset that.
a lot of those passes are probably sort of last minute, right, when you're about to open or you have opened, they'll come in and get the pass.
Correct.
Yeah. And if you start off the season nice and warm, people want to swim, right? So they're like, oh, let's get a pass.
People with kids always want to swim, though. They always want to have their kids in the water if they can, you know. Kids love to swim.
Yeah.
Depends on the age group, I guess.
Okay, well, it's always sad when the summer swim season comes to an end, so always a kind of like milestone, right? But thank you for the report, Tyler and Ann. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you guys.
Okay, and thank you for coming.
Of course.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, moving right along. We're about to the end here. So next item is for the good of the order. I don't know if we have any sequence here, but any comments that anyone here would like to add?
No, I just wanted to say that I was able to participate in the Rail District Festival last weekend. The Chamber of Commerce partnered with the city, I guess. The city train was running, and it was Drew, I think, was driving the train. He was in there for 6 hours. I appreciate the work he did. I think there was over 200 tickets they sold, so every train, there was a lot of people on it. The kids loved it, and it was a big event overall. I think it was a good idea. We get to partner with the Chamber, and it was fantastic to be there. Thanks.
Where is that train kept normally?
We keep it over at Fort Zumwalt in the shop.
Oh,
It's stored inside.
it's kind of cool looking.
I'll comment that today my son was playing Frisbee golf at Fort Zumwalt Park and commented this afternoon that it was fun and how nice it was and, you know, enjoyed it. So, yeah, probably the weather helped, yeah, but his PE class went over and did it. So just thought I'd share that he made a point to say something to me unsolicited about it. Anything else? Jim, anything?
Doing my job here, so. No, I didn't have anything new for this one.
Okay. Kathy?
Nope. Oh, welcome, Don.
Yes, Don, thank you. Welcome, and appreciate you joining our team here.
Thank you.
Okay, if we have nothing else, no one else, speak now, forever hold your peace. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Wilson?
Do I have a second?
Elder?
Elder, beat her to it, Jim. All right. All in favor of adjourning tonight's meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we are adjourned.